Hey, you guys, I wanted to talk more about what I've done to conceive so far. I've been wanting a child since I was probably about 20, 29 now. And I tried like the rhythm method, and usually it's something that people use for birth control, where you keep track of your cervical mucus and keep track of your temperature every day. That was with my first husband, and it didn't work, but I didn't have any kind of health care or funds to try anything further. I knew something was wrong, that I was not preventing a baby whatsoever, and it was not occurring. Um, so I, just recently have been able to have insurance and the funds, because Lord knows the insurance does not pay for, I mean, anything they can get away with not paying for, they won't pay for. And it's been a lot better, you know. I already knew I had polycystic because I had a sonogram once before that had said I had cysts on my ovaries, but there was never an official diagnosis of it. And with this reproductive endocrinologist, we had an official diagnosis. And and I we started my first cycle, and they said, well, your first cycle is going to be like a test cycle. It's not going to be, just don't expect that you're going to get pregnant. We're just going to see what it's going to do. It's going to, we took Clomid, and they said taking Clomid is just going to tell us where we are. And so I took it, and I had nothing. I had 30 lonely little follicles sitting in there, chilling out, doing nothing, being lazy. I was like, what can we do to kick these little guys out? Because they need to move out. I had mood swings though. I had really bad mood swings. I yelled at my husband. I wasn't very proud of that. Um, because it wasn't like he did anything whatsoever to deserve it, or you just shouldn't yell at people you love. So after that, I actually met with the reproductive endocrinologist because he got all the results of my labs back. A lot of them had to be sent off and took a long time to get back, and all the tests we'd done. Um, and he I pretty much worked with the ARNP, which is an advanced nurse practitioner, that she has a specialty in reproductive endocrinology. And she, the doctor though, he put me on the Atkins diet, told me I need to exercise. I'm going to exercise in about a week or two from today, other than work. And work is a lot of exercise for me. But, on my days off, I think I really need to exercise also and not just be a lazy bum. Um, so I went for 3 months. Me and my husband decided to go for 3 months to just try to lose weight, because it was expensive doing all this stuff with the doctor. And we thought that maybe if I could get down to a better weight, that our chances would be more, and that way we weren't wasting money. That we just moved over here, we're having some financial things we were trying to figure out. So it really worked out. I lost 30 pounds, um, and I feel a lot better. I almost never get hypoglycemic anymore, with low blood sugar. um, and so we tried another cycle of Clomid. The doctor was thinking, well, maybe it'll work, you know, now that I've lost all that weight, and that my body's working a lot better. And the Clomid, once again, did zero, like it did nothing. It was really disappointing because I really thought it had done something. Like I was raring to go, baby dancing all over the place, had cervical mucus changes. I was just down for it, and I really thought it had done something, and it hadn't. I did still have some mood swings. It wasn't really when I was taking the Clomid, it was more like a week or so afterwards. So then this is the third cycle, and what the doctor said is, oh, your ovaries aren't listening to you. So they're not listening to us. And she said, let's do birth control just for 3 weeks, just to completely shut them down. And then when we bring them back up, maybe they'll listen to us. And so we did that, and I took low estra, and the low estra made me vomit a lot. And so she switched it to NuvaRing, which was wonderful. I didn't have to think about taking it or anything. Just sort of stuck it up in there. It was like a cervical ring. And the only thing was it gave me cramps, like pretty bad abdominal cramps. Eventually, when it came close to time to take it out, the cramps had stopped being so bad. Like it's like it went, like it was like went up, and then it went back down on the severity of the cramps and the occurrence, like how often I got them. And then after I started my period on cycle day, let's see, it was cycle day, I think cycle day 5 through 9, I took Femera, which is also known as letrozole, and I didn't really have any side effects on it. I didn't think anything was happening because I had no mood swings. I had nothing, and the only thing I had was like some slight, tiny, pinchy, sharp, like needle sharp cramps, in my left side, and it was mainly just my left side. And I went to the doctor, and she showed, oh wow, there's growth. There was a 12 millimeter on the left, and the right was being super lazy and wasn't doing anything. So so then I went back on just Wednesday, the 16th of February, and it showed a 15 millimeter follicle on the left, and a bunch of 11s on the right. I think it was like 4 11s on the right. So at least my right eventually did something. It just was really dragging its feet about it. And they said, well, you'll probably ovulate over the weekend. Keep testing. And I tested and tested and tested all weekend, and nothing happened. I had no surge on my urine strips. I actually have seen some other people said that they had surges that didn't show up on urine strips too, so that makes me feel a little better, because when I went back on that Monday, the doctor said I'd ovulated, that 15 millimeter was gone, and I obviously, she's pretty sure I ovulated. And I'm pretty sure I saw on the sonogram the corpus luteum, or whatever you call it, where it's the empty follicle and it looks like a little squiggly thing. Um, and I'm in my 2-week wait now. And the symptoms I've had since I've been in my 2-week wait have been, well, I had mood swings really bad. And honestly, I don't know if that is the anxiety and the emotionalness of the situation. I think it's the hormones, because my mom called it. She said, I called her crying, and I said, I just can't stop crying, and I'm so upset, and I don't know if I ovulated, but it grew, and that's good, it grew, but I just can't stop crying, and I'm so upset. And she said, you're hormonal. And I said, okay, you're probably right. And once I realized I was hormonal, I was able to calm myself down a little bit better. And I've had nausea, just a little bit here and there. Like I'll feel nauseous and I don't really want to eat very much. And then later I'll have like a really big meal, like for lunch or whatever, and I'll eat tons and I'll be happy with it. Um, but I've always had sort of like a sticky stomach. So, and about the mood swings, I'm bipolar, but I'm very asymptomatic most of the time. I don't have any problems with it. Um, but you guys all know that trying to conceive is definitely a very emotional thing, and so we just all have to do our best to keep our stress levels down and do what we can to be proactive instead of just reactive to everything. Um, so other than that, I've had some hot flashes. Actually, I've had a lot of hot flashes. I'm having one right now. It's driving me crazy. It's really hot. Um, and I was just cold. Like before I started blogging, I was cold. Probably about 30 minutes ago. Um, so that's pretty much it. I don't feel pregnant. I don't have any feelings like in my tummy. All the crampies went away. I don't feel like I'm about to start my period either. I just feel tired and emotional. My boobs hurt a little bit, but I'm not used to having a cycle, like a period. I'm not used to having hormones. So, really my hormones I'm experiencing now could just be the increased progesterone. Um, it could just be my body's just not, it's like, whoa, increased progesterone. What's this? We're not used to this. So that's probably what it is. If it's a baby, I'll be super duper happy. Um, and won't be able to wait to go out and buy baby stuff. And because I've very well self-disciplined myself. I've only bought 2 baby bibs over the years, because I told myself I was not going to buy anything for someone who does not yet exist physically, and that when they're inside of me, then we can start buying things for them. But I shouldn't cart around a bunch of things for a baby that's not here yet. Um, so anyways, that's pretty much it. I can get off of topic very easily if you let me, and since this is an open forum and there's no one to interrupt me, it's very easy. But I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any questions, let me know, and let me know about your symptoms on your different hormones that you've taken. I've already had Clomid, so I know how I react to that. But, things like the HCG shot, I think I said that right, and, any other medications, I'd love to hear about that because I've never had, um, those, and I think I might have to do a trigger eventually, but I don't know. I think I'd kind of like to do a trigger because it's a for sure thing that you ovulate, but my doctor's being very like slow and cautious in my treatments, and I'm not 100% sure why. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.